All right, hopefully this is working now. Just doing some uh, technical support here, trying to get this working. All right. Liz and Laura, can you guys see me? Hmm. Let's see. We're still learning this whole going live thing. I see Liz, you're commenting. Hey guys, thanks for joining. All right, Lynn, you say you can see me and hear me. Wonderful. Then we are doing things right here. All right, awesome. Well, happy Wednesday, everybody. Oh boy, it's been a long day. It's been a long week. Thanks for joining Head and Heel Insiders. All of our Lynn, Ryan, Brandy, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I'm so glad you guys are here. I'm going to give people a little bit of time to log on. And in the meantime, I'm going to give some updates about what's going on with cannabis in New York because it's been a very lively week and I'm sure you've seen a lot of headlines. So basically, an agreement has been made. They have printed the bill as far as we know, which is a big step. And it's going to it needs to be signed now. It needs to be voted on and then it needs to be passed. So don't get fooled by the headlines that says an agreement has been made. That doesn't mean that we have legalization in New York. It just means that they have come to an agreement about what is going to be in the bill. And if you're interested about what's in the bill, I'll give you a little update on that too. Some of the things we're excited about that hopefully, fingers crossed, we haven't seen the bill, but hopefully what's still in the bill, what we've been negotiating on for years now is, first of all, that there is an equity program which would allow for 50% of the licenses to go to equity partners. So that's really exciting. And then equity programs that the tax money will go back to those communities to help fund and give grants to the communities that have been targeted by the drug war. So hopefully we see some great equity in New York State. A lot of other states have failed on that, and that's been really disappointing. The other things we're really excited about is home grow. So we're hoping for home grow in New York, which means you'll be able to grow 6 plants per person, 12 plants per household for 2 people. In New York State, which would be pretty cool because that means that you can all grow plants at home. So yeah, there's a lot of other stuff in there. But those are the programs that we're excited about, and we're hoping to be one of the first license holders in New York. So stay tuned for Head and Heel Future Cannabis World. That's going to be pretty freaking crazy. So thank you all for being here tonight. I'm going to jump in. Thank you all for being here tonight. We're going to talk about CBN this evening and talk about what it is, how to take it, where it came from. This is our CBN oil. So this is the product we're going to be chatting about tonight. And I want to start by sharing my story about my experience with CBN. Well, I actually haven't taken much CBN because I am on an antidepressant that is extremely sedating. Like, it knocks me out at night. I feel like I've been hit by a truck. And that's actually one of the scariest side effects of my antidepressant is the sedating factor. And it really scares me, like, if something were to happen at night, like, I feel like I wouldn't be able to get out of bed. And so I've been feeling really good lately. I've been feeling very stable and happy, and I've been on my antidepressants for almost 2 years now, and I feel like I'm ready to come off of them. So with the advising of my psychiatrist, I am going to start weaning off of my antidepressants starting hopefully this week. And my biggest worry is that I'm not going to be able to sleep when I start coming off of those antidepressants slowly. So I discussed a plan with my psychiatrist to utilize our CBN and CBD to assist with sleeping as I slowly over the next 3 to 4 months come off of my antidepressants, hopefully. So I will let you all know how that goes. We shall see. But that's my experience with CBN. I know a lot of you also take pharmaceuticals and wonder about how they mix and what to do about it. I always say talk to your psychiatrist, talk to your doctor, come up with a plan so you can at least make sure that you're being monitored and that you're being safe. Okay, so I am going to bring up my presentation now and get to today's lesson. Let's see. I have so many tabs open. Where'd it go? Here it is. All right. Can you guys, let's see. Sorry, just trying to shrink this screen down. Okay. All right. Can you guys see that presentation? Oh. Sorry, I missed your questions. It wasn't scrolling. I see Kathleen. Will you be able to get plants from us? I have no idea how that actually works as far as growing from home and how you get seeds. Stay tuned for that. Nadia, thanks for being here. Veronica, Brandy. All right, guys. Awesome. We've got 18 of you on tonight, which is so exciting. It's so great to be able to spread the word about CBD and CBN and do some education here. So, little secret, this is Christina. She's actually our graphic designer and an amazing model. A little behind the scenes. All right, so here's the agenda for today. So I'm going to go over how to win our giveaway. And then I'm going to go over why sleep is so essential. What is CBN? How does CBN interact with our bodies? A little bit more about Head and Heels CBN formula. And actually I changed the order how our customers respond to CBN. I'm going to put that first, actually. And then we'll go over questions at the end. Ryan's asking about our hemp flower program. So yeah, Ryan, I'm just going to address that quickly. Where did my thing go? Ah. Still figuring this stuff out. So we spent a lot of time and energy building a brand called Florist Farms that we were supposed to launch on 4/20 of this year. And unfortunately, New York State decided to ban the sale of hemp flower after we had already harvested all of our flower and invested into that brand. And because of that, we've been blocked from getting a bank account so that we can launch that business. So everything's been put on hold. With the legalization of cannabis also comes the legalization of hemp flower. So we are hoping we will be able to launch then because we have a lot in store for you guys. All different strains of flower, a lot of education around cannabinoids and terpenes especially. So hopefully we'll be able to launch that soon. All right, back into the presentation. Oh, awesome. It's keeping me up here. All right. So how to win the giveaway. All right, guys, if you've been here before, you know the drill. You need to engage. So comment as I'm talking, respond, interact, ask questions. I love when you guys ask questions. I'm here to answer your questions. That's why we're live. When the winner slide comes up, so there's 3 winner slides hidden in my presentation, the last person to comment will win a bottle of CBN. Whoops, CBN, yay. And there'll be 3 winners tonight. And I have a little secret surprise for everyone else at the very end, so stay till the very end. Okay, here we go. All right, so my first question is actually for you guys. How would you currently rate your sleep from 1 being the best to 10 being the worst? I'm gonna give you guys a second to answer. There's a little bit of a lag here on Facebook Live. Brandy's got a 7 for sleep. 7. Ooh, a lot of 9. You guys have had very bad sleep. 6, Lynn. 3, Tracy's doing pretty good. Thanks, Joe. Loves our CBN. Ryan, 7. All right, so a lot of you here sound like you're struggling with sleep. A 6 for Kathy, a 7 for Nadia. Sleep is a huge issue. Huge issue. When we did a survey of our customers about a year ago, insomnia was 29% of why people were using CBD. So we can see that it was actually a very high, important issue for people. People who are struggling with insomnia indicated that they were using CBD when they were using CBD, because at the time we only had CBD for insomnia. What was the main issue? The number one issue was they woke up multiple times throughout the night. How many of you who said you were a 6 or a 7 or a 10, Jeanette, would say that your sleep is bad because you woke up multiple times in the night? Or how many of you would say it's because the second answer, couldn't get back to sleep after waking up in the middle of the night, or that you're sleeping for fewer than 7 hours per night? Which of these would you say is your biggest issue? I'm curious. Brandy, 4:30 a.m. wake up. What do you do in those hours? Kathy says she can't stay asleep. Can't stay asleep. Brandy says she wakes up several times a night. Yeah, so yeah, waking up multiple times a night is really the top issue that people are experiencing amongst our customers. I feel like probably all of you are experiencing a little bit of all of these things when you're struggling with sleep. After taking CBD, how did your sleep improve? So 47% said they woke up fewer times in the night. So the issue was I was waking up a lot. After taking CBD, they woke up fewer times. So that's great news. This has indicating to us that the CBD is working and helping people stay asleep. Once you fall asleep, you want to stay asleep. That is the goal. When we asked what kind of new product you guys wanted, and this is why our Innovation Club is so big, because we do actually listen to you guys, the number one answer, there were like 30 other options on here, so the number one answer was the sleep formula with other herbs. Number one, 165 of you voted for this. A sleep formula with other herbs. So we got to thinking, what can we do? Clearly CBD is already helping people fall asleep, stay asleep, but it's not enough. You guys wanted more. You wanted something else to help. And when we started doing our research into ashwagandha or melatonin, there are these other herbs that are sleep supplements, but people often reported feeling groggy after utilizing them. And we really wanted to unlock the power of the cannabis plant, because there's hundreds of different cannabinoids within the plant. And when we started doing our research and we started looking at the research that's coming from our breeders, they told us about CBN. Oh, winner, Veronica Lopez Gamboa. You are my winner. So Liz will follow up with you, Veronica. Thanks for being here tonight. You get a free bottle of CBN. And Liz will follow up with you and get your address. So because of all of your feedback on wanting a sleep product, and because of what we have learned about CBN and sleep, we decided to launch our CBN oil. And we've had this since, I think we launched this in August, so it's still a pretty new product. Hasn't even been out for a year yet. But we ran a survey actually last week asking all of our customers who have bought CBN, did your sleep improve after taking CBN? And 75% said yes. Now, it's not a perfect score, but I would never say that CBD works for everybody. It's definitely something that works for some people and not all. And it's also something that takes time. So it matters how long they've been taking the CBN to understand if it's going to work for them. But I take that 75%, I think, is great. Sorry, I just dropped my presentation and I don't know where it went. There we go. Okay. I lost my video myself. Okay. Anyways, so we launched CBN. 75% said their sleep improved after taking it. That's great. These are real reviews from our customers that I just wanted to read to you because I know reviews matter, and these are real reviews. So Issa said the CBN is amazing. It helps me fall asleep easier and sleep through the night. I always feel refreshed when I awake too, never groggy. So I think that's a fear that a lot of people have, that it's going to make them groggy. So here's somebody saying that it did not make them feel groggy. Sorry, I must have copy and pasted here. I didn't get this one in. We'll skip that one. CBN has great effects, doesn't make me super sleepy, but I sleep well. I can take it in the evening without feeling groggy. So Ryan and Issa both are saying they don't feel groggy after taking a CBN product. Roseanne here, after taking this every night for 2 weeks, it was working great for me. I don't wake up several times a night and try to fall back to sleep. Thank you, Head and Heel. Julianne, highly effective and natural sleep aid that I highly recommend. It helps me fall asleep faster and wake up without the hangover effect that other over-the-counter aids produce. So another person saying no grogginess afterwards. And then the last one, short and sweet from Roseanne. Wow, this is Roseanne M. We got Roseanne B over here. Wow, I've not slept so well in years. So I feel like that really does a great job summarizing for us the effects of CBN. Guys, I'm trying to get my video back over here. I'm just like having all the technical issues tonight. Oh, there we go. Okay, I got it. Thanks for bearing with me. All right, let's see. What you guys are all commenting a lot tonight. I'm sorry if I missed anything while I was talking. Nadia, you would love CBN in capsules like CBD. That is at the top of our list for innovation. We definitely hear that call, and we would love to lean more into making more CBN products this year. So stay tuned for that. All right, so sleep. Why is sleep so important? Sleep deprivation affects everything. Sleep is so important. I am such a monster if I don't get sleep. I love my sleep. I treasure my sleep. I don't mess with me and my sleep. So sleep, the effects of sleep deprivation. So first of all, cognitive impairment. If you've ever pulled an all-nighter, you know you shouldn't be driving a car functioning in any way the next day. Memory lapses or loss, impaired moral judgment, severe yawning. Never knew that was a thing. Severe yawning. Hallucination and symptoms similar to ADHD. So those are all things that can happen if you have sleep deprivation. Also, a big one, especially now during COVID, is poor immune system function. So lack of sleep deprivation will actually reduce the effectiveness of your immune system. Veronica, I see your question and I will get to that in a little bit. All right, pancreas, risk of diabetes, type 2, lack of sleep could result in diabetes. Irregular heart rate, risk of heart disease. It could cause body aches and tremors and decreased reaction times. It could also cause decreased growth and decreased temperature and risk of obesity. So many reasons why we need sleep. It impacts everything. It is the core of our wellness. So we need to be sleeping. And to see you guys say that you have terrible sleep with your 6s and 7s and 10s, we gotta fix that. Laura, you're not doomed. We're gonna help you out. All right, so what is CBN? I'm going to get a little sciencey here. Please bear with me. I'm not a scientist. I'm going to try to explain this to you guys. If you don't understand, please ask a question and I will explain further. Okay, so you all know that we started with CBD. That's the middle product right here. And then we launched in August our CBG oil for focus and our CBN oil for sleep. And so where do CBG and CBN come from? So CBG is actually referred to as the mother cannabinoid. All cannabinoids come from CBG. There's many cannabinoids, hundreds of them, again, found in the hemp plant, like CBN and CBG and THC. These are all cannabinoids that are found within the hemp plant. So as I said, CBG is a mother cannabinoid and it converts into the other kinds of cannabinoids. So you can see CBG at the top here, and then you can see this chart how it converts to THC and then to CBN, or it converts to CBC. Just a basic understanding of how this tree works. So this is a breakdown of exactly how we get CBN. So CBN comes from CBG. CBG turns into THC. And then air and time converts THC into CBN. CBN is actually degraded THC. And degraded is not a bad thing. Degraded just means that over time, THC will convert to CBN naturally. And they say that the reason that you get sleepy from smoking old weed is because the THC has converted into CBN. So with a combination of air and time, THC becomes CBN. But it's not psychoactive. CBN is not psychoactive. It's actually 10 times less what is active. CBN is 10 times less active than THC, so it has no psychoactive effects. That's why we get the sleepy side. Does that make sense, guys? Give me a thumbs up or something here. Nadia says, that's so cool. Okay, so I'm hoping you guys are understanding what I'm saying here. Oh, we got a winner. I'm going to give that one to Nadia. Nadia Filanovsky, you are our second winner of the CBN oil. So Liz will follow up with you and get your address to send to. Okay, good. You're all saying you understand. Great. Yay. Congrats, Nadia. All right, so how does CBN interact with our bodies? We're going to talk a little bit about our endocannabinoid systems, and I'll go over this probably in every live that I do because it's important and we all need to understand the system. The endocannabinoid system was only discovered in the 90s, which is why probably many of us have not heard of it or were not taught about it in school. And I'm going to play this quick little video that explains the endocannabinoid system.
Cannabinoids like THC and CBD are a special class of compounds derived from cannabis, which interact with our body's endocannabinoid system, the network of cellular receptors in the body that helps us maintain homeostasis, or balance. One key element of the endocannabinoid system are CB1 receptors, which are located mostly in the brain and nervous system. These are the receptors that THC activates to produce the high associated with cannabis. Unlike THC, CBD doesn't fit into CB1 receptors in the same way. For starters, this makes CBD non-intoxicating, but also gets in the way of compounds like THC, preventing them from activating CB1 receptors. This is why CBD can decrease some of THC's major side effects, and why balanced strains containing both THC and CBD will make you feel very different from THC dominant strains.
All right, thanks, Leafly. Leafly is an incredible resource for cannabis and hemp education. So if you're ever up late at night and bored, go click around Leafly. You'll learn a lot. I love them as a resource. But that video did a great job telling us about THC and CBD and how they interact with our body. A little more on that. I don't know why I have these. Guys, I'm just having all of the technical issues tonight. Present. There we go. Okay. So, cannabinoids. There are two different kinds of cannabinoids. There are phytocannabinoids, meaning it comes from a plant. And they're endocannabinoids, meaning it comes from within the body. So plants create cannabinoids and our bodies naturally create cannabinoids, which is pretty freaking incredible. I love this concept. I mean, it's real. Real science here. So we have two kinds of receptors throughout our body. The CB1 receptors are found in our brains and our central nervous system, and a bit in other tissues throughout the body. And then we also have CB2 receptors, which are mostly in the peripheral organs, especially in cells associated with our immune system. And so these receptors, the CB1 and CB2 receptors, are the receptors that are responding to cannabinoids. And just like you can be deficient in potassium and your doctor will prescribe bananas, guys, I have props tonight. I'm so proud of myself. You can also be deficient in cannabinoids, and that's where CBD and CBN and CBG all come in. So let's talk a little bit more. Any questions on that before I move on? Any questions on cannabinoids, phyto, endo? Does CBN help with pain too, or just with sleep? CBN has been shown to also be a natural anti-inflammatory, and I do believe that it can be used for pain as well, but further research needs to be done. It might just make you sleepy at the same time. I'm a head and heel lever. Kathy, I'm going to steal that and put it on a shirt. That is amazing. Hey, Ross, thanks for coming. Awesome. All right, guys. I know, I am Lynn. I'm so excited because I feel like we're really just like at the very, very beginning of the research that's being done. Actually, I meant to address this when I started this presentation. You're reminding me, but when I went to do this presentation, I wanted to find all the different journals, the clinical studies on CBN, and I honestly could not find any. And sometimes I think, we're just so far ahead of where the medical system is in the US right now because this medicine was made illegal for so long. And so it's really up to us farmers and you guys, our innovators, to test these products out and really understand what they do. And we are just eons ahead of where the clinical trials are currently at because of all of the hoops they have to jump through to get funding and get this stuff going. So we depend on you guys to give us feedback, which is why your reviews are so important and why when we put out surveys, we need you guys to answer because this is how we understand what these cannabinoids are capable of. So thank you for all of you for, being here and being involved and taking the time to answer our surveys and participate with us. It's so important in getting people help with things like sleep without the negative side effects. So thanks, guys. All right, I'm going to move on from the phyto and endocannabinoid to Head and Heels CBN, what is it and how is it made? Winner, Kelly Higgins. You're my last winner. Congratulations, Kelly. Thank you so much for being here. You're going to get a bottle of our CBN oil. Liz will follow up with you for your address. Everyone else who's on, I still have an exciting offer for you at the end of this, so please don't leave and hang out with me for a few more minutes here. All right. Head and Heels CBN. So our CBN oil is not just CBN. CBN is actually isolated from the plant. You can actually see it on the left here. This is CBN. It actually is this like weird pink crystallized color in its raw form. So we take CBN and then we also take our full spectrum CBD and we mix them together with MCT oil to form our CBN oil. Now, we could have just gone with a straight CBN isolate, but as you experts here know, CBD and cannabinoids working is all about the entourage effect. They work best when paired together. Like you saw in that video, they can unlock different things within each other. They work synergistically. So we wanted to have CBD with the CBN in an oil. So these bottles, you get 10 milligrams of CBD per dropper and 10 milligrams of CBN per dropper. So that's like a full dropper, 10 milligrams of CBD, 10 milligrams of CBN. There's 300 of each, 300 milligrams of each in this bottle. So can you take CBN and CBG together? Sorry. I don't know what I'm going to do when we have to talk about like 10 different cannabinoids. Can you take CBD and CBN together? Yes, there's already CBD in there. So for example, if you are already taking maybe 40 milligrams of CBD before bed, but you want to add CBN in your routine, you could take a little bit less of the full spectrum CBD and then add a little bit of CBN on top. So if you're taking 40 milligrams of CBD, you could take 30 and then just take the 10 milligrams of CBD, CBN that are in this bottle. Oh, I'm tongue twisted from all the CBN, CBGs. Is CBN hard to get to? Yes, it is. It is a process to make the CBN. It takes a lot of time. Again, CBN is THC that has been converted using time and heat. And actually, you can also use some UV light. So it is a long process to get to CBN, but that's okay. We get to it. Okay. All right, so that brings me to the end of my presentation for today. For those of you who are still on and watching with me, we're doing a buy one, get one free for the CBN only, and it's only for one. So you can't buy like two and get two free. It's just buy one, get one free. We would like to encourage you guys to share these with friends. So you can use the code CBN Live at checkout for buy one, get one free. And the code expires tonight at midnight. So when you get off this live or as I'm talking, go over to the site and order it now. We're trying to launch, I saw you guys all gave me so many recommendations for our referral program and how you want to be able to give a free product to a friend. I'm trying to figure out how to do that on a tech side, how you could like actually type in their address and send it to somebody. But as I work on figuring out that program, I thought a buy one, get one would be a good way for you guys to buy CBN and then give it to one of your friends who is maybe struggling with sleep as well, or family members. So again, the code is CBN Live, buy one, get one, and it ends at midnight tonight. So you've got a few hours to redeem that code. My dog's going crazy downstairs. All right, so that's the end of my presentation. Do you guys have any questions? I'm here to answer questions, guys. Anyone have anything tonight? Anyone want to? Doesn't have to be about CBN. I'm open to answering any questions about me, about Head and Heal, about cannabis. I'm down to hang out for a little bit and chat with you all.